Hello and welcome to a review type video on a game called Wild Hearts. This released in February of this year, and as a big Monster Hunter fan myself, I was immediately interested in this when I first saw its trailer. I've played it off and on since then, and after giving the game a decent amount of hours worth of gameplay, I put together my list of pros and cons for it. Starting off with the pros, or the things that I really like about the game, the first and very basic pro I would say about the game is the graphics. Wild Hearts is a very beautiful game to look at. As someone that enjoys just running around the map, even if I'm not doing a quest or anything, I like all the different details and the amount of work put into the textures and everything that makes the map, the map. It is very reminiscent of Monster Hunter World, which I put tons and tons of hours into, so the game doesn't disappoint in the visual department at all. This is probably a pretty trivial pro to add, but I just wanted to quickly add that fortunately for me, I didn't experience any bugs or glitches during my whole time playing. I know during the first couple weeks of release, people had all kinds of visual or audio issues, but I never noticed any during my gameplay. I will say that my husband did have a bug where his character turned into a white man, but luckily for him, there is a point in the skill tree of the game where you can change your appearance, so he got it fixed that way. Although this isn't a completely big pro, I thought I would include it as well, just to kind of talk about it. The character customization of the game. It was a little confusing at first, to be honest. I felt like there were a lot of options that were a little unnecessary. I spent almost an hour making my character simply because I was trying to navigate all the little details I could change and all that. But it is pretty easy to make a unique character, and there's tons of options and ways to tweak your character as well. However, like a lot of games, unfortunately, you are just a mute character that communicates in gestures, although you do get some dialogue options. The last pro about Wild Hearts that I would add is the difficulty of it. As someone who is very super casual single player focused, I've just been battling these beasts on my own this whole time. I haven't tried out multiplayer in the slightest. I personally haven't felt the need to use multiplayer on the hunts I've done, and I feel like I've been doing just fine by myself. My playstyle in games like this are kinda like just go beat up the monster, and if I get hit, I get hit. I don't really care how much healing stuff that I use in these games, because I can always just make more and I always overstock on them as well. I do have to kind of have a strategy and a different one at that for each beast in the game. It's not just a boring hack and slash fight though, which brings me into my next point of a partial pro, partial con kind of in the middle thing. The Karakuri. Now, the Karakuri is the biggest feature of this game, I would say, because from what I've seen so far, the entire skill system and lore of the game is built around the celestial thread used to create Karakuri. Like everyone, even myself, have said, Wild Hearts is very similar to Monster Hunter, but the Karakuri is definitely what makes it unique and sets it apart from Monster Hunter, making it its very own game. So you can craft all kinds of things to aid you in combat, or even decorations and other things you can place around the town you stay at. The pro side of Karakuri is that it makes the battles more in depth. Each beast you hunt have different moves they do, and you can use certain Karakuri to counter those moves. It gives each monster their own unique fight and makes you really have to get used to each individual beast in order to defeat it in a timely manner. Sure, you can just opt out of using Karakuri, but hey, making a charging beast run into this giant wall you created out of nowhere and send them flying into the air is pretty fun to watch. The Karakuri system also falls under the game's cons for me though. However, it is the only thing I could think of as a con for me personally for the entire game. You can combine the basic Karakuri and form a larger one that does something completely new. While this is all great and fun, I've noticed that it can be a little annoying at times when you get to the combinations that need like 4 or more combined together. From what I've noticed, and I've heard my husband kind of get annoyed with it as well, is sometimes the karakuri don't combine properly. Either I'll try to click them in too fast or too slow, and I end up not combining them for the right tool that I was looking for. It's really noticeable for me when I'm making a wall to counter charging beasts. A lot of times the karakuri just don't want to stack properly, and I just get a couple of columns of the regular boxes as a result, and then I get thrown by the charging beast. During the heat of the battle, especially when fighting a new beast, whose moves I don't know yet, it's very easy to misclick or move just right to where the karakuri doesn't combine. This doesn't count running out of thread you need to create the karakuri, of course, because, I mean, if that happens, then that's completely on me for not watching how much I had left. Despite that, the karakuri add a ton of depth to the game, like I said. It can help you travel around the map quicker. I don't use my karakuri for that, just simply because I like running around the map and enjoying the scenery. But you can fly around pretty quickly if you choose to. Once you progress further into the game, it can help you attack the beasts, trap them, those kinds of things as well. You can use it to fish or collect other materials, decorate around the town, or just personalize an area a bit more to your liking. Overall, if you like games such as Monster Hunter, Wild Hearts is a game worth trying out. While it's similar, I find Wild Hearts more in depth and fights not as repetitive feeling as I did with Monster Hunter. It's a beautiful game to just take time and explore and just really look at the wonderful scenery that the developers put a lot of time into, I'm sure. It can appeal to single player gamers like me while also giving a multiplayer option. The karakuri makes the game a lot more enjoyable than just hack and slash the monster, complete the hunt, and repeat. The amount of options karakuri gives you helps make the gameplay experience more personalized depending on your playstyle. There were a lot more monsters in the game upon initial release than what I was expecting from seeing the trailer, and there's been a steady stream of content update since release. I'm interested to see how far Wild Hearts continues to go and what else they come out with. But that will be all for this video. If you'd like to see anything regarding Wild Hearts or any other game that I play, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe if you'd like to. Check out my socials linked in the description box. Like always, I'm inconsistent everywhere, but I'm trying. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one for some more fun.